Alright, guys. I think we're live on YouTube now and we're ready to go. So, guys, welcome to Mature Adult Time. I'm Mark Hernandez.
Eric Cass.
John Davenport.
Yeah, and we're here testing out the first time of our live YouTube stream. So, what's up?
This is the first. This is the first one.
This is the first one.
That I know of.
Yeah.
Are you excited, John?
You let me on it?
Yeah. You're on it.
Well, we did a Cooter. You're part of the rules.
Yeah.
One Cooter down.
I'm still Cooter.
You should do that with pride.
Yeah, well.
Where in your mind do you think you're gonna not be Cooter?
Well, Cooter's already been taken.
Cooter Davenport.
That's not me.
You just live in the shadow of that.
I never knew about Cooter before you brought it up last time.
Yeah, but you are aware now, dude. You are aware now.
Well, I mean, yeah, but still, it's like, if somebody told you that,
I don't. John, that's horrible.
I'm trying to think of another famous Hernandez.
There's a ton of us and don't worry about it.
There's a ton of them, but they're not famous.
Yes, there are. There's astronauts Hernandez's, dude.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
What
Everywhere.
There's no famous cast There's just not.
Maybe in Poland.
Maybe in Poland, yeah. Not that I've heard of though.
Man, you guys are fishing really far for some famous people.
I mean, we already found my famous person in terms of last name.
Cooter Davenport.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to live up to that. I mean,
There's
it's
also
just
Najee Davenport, but nobody's asked me to call myself Najee on this podcast.
Who's Najee?
He used to be a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Oh, really? Maybe that's why no one's asking you about that. You don't seem like someone that could play football.
I did play football.
You look like someone who used to play football.
Yeah, everybody used to play football, even if they did play football. Nobody continues to play football after they stop.
Not everyone played football.
Did you ever play football?
I played flag football.
That doesn't count. Did you ever play football?
I played football for
That don't count.
1 year, yeah. When I was in 3rd grade, so no, not really.
Well, this don't count.
What does that count in flag
Did you
football?
put
Doesn't
pads
count.
on?
Yes.
Alright, did you put pads on?
No.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't count.
I'm more of a tampon guy.
Oh, man.
That's a callback, John. Just for you.
So you had something you wanted to tell us? You had something.
Well, all I wanted to mention was that I was on some social media platform earlier, and I saw that somebody sent you guys some fan art.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, William did.
Shout out to our buddy William.
Yep, she was beautiful.
Well, congratulations, you guys. And who is William? Tell us about William, because that's a pretty big deal.
He's an artist. You can look him up on the Instagram. He's tagged in it. Go check him out, man. He does all kinds of things. Seems like a jack of all trades type of guy.
Master of none? Is that what you're trying to say?
I didn't. You threw that in there.
You said jack of all trades.
Yeah. You
And you
just
said
said
that.
fish it, and I left it at that.
All right. Well, what do you think about this William guy?
Oh, he's a great guy. I mean, I've yet to see something he can do. So yeah, I definitely say he seems like
Yeah.
a well trained.
He's 100% a good guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. But,
Well, I am thrilled for the both of you, and William included.
well, thank you.
Yeah, congratulations, mature adult time.
Yeah, that's it.
You're really climbing the ranks.
Well, that's the plan, you know. It's better to climb the ranks, John, than be at the bottom where you're being climbed down.
I feel like you're getting a little defensive right now, man. I'm just trying to be complimentary.
I was trying to get like deep
You want
into
to
the
get
pile of corpses you have to climb to be successful.
What corpses are you talking about? All the people that I
watch a lot of Game of Thrones. So
Oh, yeah?
and so I just think everything starts with a pile of corpses.
Honestly, dude, I never got into it.
I didn't either. Yeah, I watched the first season or so.
I watched the first season.
You guys are two people of that doesn't mean it's not good.
That's not what we said.
I'm not saying it's not good.
All right.
It's one of the most popular shows on right now.
So popular.
So the people are more right than me and Eric.
Absolutely.
But, you know, did you ever get into Sports Center?
Why?
Because it's one of the most popular TV shows since the start of cable. That doesn't mean it's not good. It just means you didn't get into it. And I happen to know, based off of what's happening right now, you never really got into Sports Center.
I was more into playing sports, John. I wasn't there to try and watch them. I wasn't a cheerleader.
Wow. So now you're demeaning the Sports Center fanship because you're an athlete.
I am. Do you see that samurai over there? That thing is an athlete.
Yeah.
It didn't know how good the other samurais were.
Okay, so now you're a fan of samurai and you've never been one. You understand the irony there?
Samurai is Japanese for warrior, John. I have definitely been a warrior, sir.
A feudal warrior.
You just added feudal.
Samurais existed in feudal times.
Warrior, the concept of warrior exists throughout time.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the samurai does not exist outside
Samurai
of the feudal era in Japan.
Samurai is a translation for warrior, John. It just means warrior.
Is that what samurai means?
Yeah, it just means warrior.
I think
There's samurai now, man. Sometimes you could be a samurai when you're in a book reading contest and you gotta read the most books.
Because who was the last samurai? That was
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
He was in the movie. He was the last one.
Why? Why was he the last?
Did you ever watch that movie?
No.
It's a great movie. All right. First of all, he was captured by some samurai, and he was like pretty much dances with wolves. He was taken into their village, and he couldn't leave for a whole season because he's wintered in.
Okay.
So basically, he just lives with them, and he's like, man, they're not savages. They're actually pretty dope people. They're very zen and peaceful. The warrior he killed, that family took him in as a replacement for the person he killed. It's kind of really cool. And you start training with
there's a number,
and he didn't have to use machine guns to win.
There's a number of movies that have that kind of premise. Have you guys ever seen Last of the Mohicans?
Yeah, it's a movie about the last of the Mohicans.
Enlightening. Yeah, no. Those like Last Samurai and Last of the Mohicans, and what was the other one that you mentioned? We were just talking about
Waterworld.
No, that wasn't it. What was it? I got a short-term memory problem.
Oh no. Keep it up.
Yeah,
they all get flack. They all get flack.
Dances with Wolves.
Dances with Wolves.
Yeah.
So they all get flack for white people being, I guess, adopted into non-white cultures and then glorifying those cultures as a white person. And it's just a casting choice, I guess. But I don't know. They all get shit for that. The Last Samurai definitely got shit.
I never saw it.
I never saw it either. But I've heard a lot of people be like, Tom Cruise, he shouldn't have been the Last Samurai. And I'm not arguing against that.
I mean, people are just mad at Tom Cruise in general.
Sure.
You know. Ever since he started jumping on that couch and went Scientology.
Nobody is mad at Daniel Day-Lewis, and he caught a lot of shit. Just it wasn't because of him; it was because the casting people decided that a white person was going to play the last of the Mohicans, and it was written into the script. There's a white guy that gets thrown into, I can't remember what tribe it is. It's Mohican tribe, I guess. I'm assuming he's the last of the Mohicans. Let's just say it's the Mohican tribe. Yeah. And then, the story revolves around him. So, that movie was made for white audiences, I guess. Even though, they featured a lot of actual Native actors. I took a Native American cinema course in college. Very fascinating.
Yeah. What other cinema did you guys watch?
Well, that was actually
What else did you guys get into?
So I was a film major, but that wasn't part of the film curriculum. That was outside of the film studies program.
Okay.
Like I also took I took Swahili, and we studied a lot of films for the Swahili course just to see like culture with Swahili speakers. And the teacher was like, "Oh, you're a film major. Maybe you can help us understand like cinematography and shit." So he kind of made me like.
So you're like half the almost TAing the class.
Kind of, just for a little portion of it, just for a little portion. And I didn't know what I was talking about other than just like, I guess I had more of a critical eye with film than some of the people in the class.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just another perspective to take in, you know?
Yeah, it's like,
where did you go to school? Oh, you went to,
Madison.
You went to Madison.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, bro.
Speaking of, roundaboutly back to football, you saw what opening day is, huh? Sunday Night Football.
Packers,
Bears.
Is it in Chicago or is it in Green Bay?
That I don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, it's the Sunday night game. Yeah.
We gotta sit down and organize a meeting afterwards.
Yeah, I think we'll have a barbecue here, and
Is that right?
Why not?
Dude, you guys should make. Well, that's a little late for the housewarming party.
No, it's not.
September 9th?
Shut up, John.
What are you doing?
Fixing everything.
My view, there's nothing that needs to be fixed.
But live on YouTube, it's been fixed now, and everyone knows it. Because they can see you again.
Perfect.
Say hi, everyone. You're back on video.
Back. All right.
We need you back, man.
Audio never dropped. Everything's good.
Yeah.
It's hard to. I had to like fucking nerd out and ninja chop that fucking computer into submission.
Dude, what is it with your obsession with the Japanese?
I like all martial arts. I don't know why.
All of them?
Jump with the Japanese. Most of them.
What about Muay Thai? I never heard you mention Muay Thai.
I love Muay Thai. That's my shit.
Really?
It's one of my top favorite shits.
Is it
I've
more
heard about
shit
Muay Thai,
than
yeah.
Karate?
Yeah, 100%.
What about
I respect karate. Karate was like the legend I grew up. That's like saying, like that's like a holy grail of shit. Like you gotta love karate.
That's true.
Karate Kid, karate, everything.
It's the gateway, right?
Yeah,
I guess
karate's the gateway.
It's the gateway into.
I feel like the gateway before karate was kung fu. Kung fu was that was the martial art that first starred in terms of like Eastern martial arts. That was the first one that starred in films. Kung fu movies.
Yeah, you're right.
And then our generation got excited
I love
karate.
Dude, I grew up. Okay,
I don't know
where I grew up was in West Los Angeles. I know it's different than you guys. And I'm a lot older.
I'll say.
I'm a lot older than you, like 20, 40 years older than you.
Really?
No. But anyways, I had a lot of friends that were like hella Asian, like immigrant parents shit. And they would get the badass bootleg videos, okay? And they would show me like crazy ass sweet kung fu movies. I'm so happy that these guys did because I loved them. But they were so badass that like I saw Rumble in the Bronx like 6 years before it came out in America.
I remember going to Blockbuster and
How is
Rumble
that
in the
possible?
Bronx.
Because he made it in China.
Way before. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's perfect.
Come over and make it in the Bronx?
Maybe the Chinese Bronx.
Yeah.
The Bronx.
I spoke Mandarin for 3 years. Bronx is not a Chinese word. Or at least it's not a Mandarin word.
Do you think giving men hand jobs is Chinese?
Why? Because it's a job?
Oh man, I don't know. I made it gross. I'm sorry. Reset. Wouldn't that be sweet? All right, you guys, if you could do reset in your life, what like moments would you be like reset?
Oh, a lot. I can't think of anything specifically.
Are you serious?
I just I think of my life as a continuous string of embarrassments. So
Go on.
yeah.
Go on. Reset. Go on.
Actually, you know what? I played the 1 year that I played football was when I was in third grade. I quit that year because I was a scrawny little kid and I was put in at center. And
because you were smart at it.
Well, until the game that I had to go up against a guy named Turok. It's his name.
Turok.
He was in third grade.
Dinosaur
He was
hunter.
in third grade. He was like 215 pounds, and he went on to play. I can't remember what university he would play, but he was a big boy, and I had to go against him. I got hit by him once. I played that game, and I was after that I was just like, no, football is not for me.
I it's like that.
I would take that back. I wish I would have stuck out the year. I wish I would have at least finished that year.
I remember Turok as the Dinosaur Hunter. It's a Super Nintendo game. Turok, the Dinosaur Hunter.
I keep thinking.
I really thought that's
Josh
what he was
Turk.
named after.
Do you guys know? Do you know who
I know
Josh
what that
Turk
is,
is?
yeah.
Josh Turk just released a film.
Who is the name rings a bell? Who is it?
He's a comedian. When I was first starting in LA, Josh was doing stand-up at the West Side almost every week. He might still be doing stand-up from time to time, but I think he's been focusing on filmmaking a little more. And he just released a film like last week or something. I don't know what it's called. We should find that out. Make sure our listeners watch it. Josh Turk is a fucking awesome dude. Super sweet man. All right, I'm gonna go down the Facebook hole here trying to figure out what this is.
Nice.
You guys, you smoke weed.
Eric.
Yeah.
I do research.
I do.
When was the first time you smoked weed?
Birdie.
Little John.
The first time I smoked weed, I was 13 or 14, and I started going to. I never went to church as a kid. Like I never really went. My mom never made us go.
You're so lucky.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
But so I started going to this like this youth group because I wanted to. I mean, I was 13 or 14, and there were some hot chicks going, so it's time to start going, hanging out with these chicks and trying to hang out with them. But anyways, so the first time I smoked weed, there was this older kid there. He was like 16 or 17, 18, something like that. And he lived in the same like cul-de-sac as me. And we went. He shows up one day, and we go to this church. Yeah, he's just showing us that we're live. Just testing it out. Yeah, right on. But so we go to this.
That's distracting, dude.
We go to this church that was right across the street from my house, not the one that I went to the youth group at. And they were adding on to it. So there was a ladder that went down to the basement, and all these like aqueduct, all these pipes and shit that people would go down and I guess smoke weed and do a lot of crazy. There was a lot of
tunnels.
Yeah, there was like there was tunnels. Like it was a weird fucking situation. But it was like they hadn't filled everything in, like they were just starting the addition. So we go down there and we're walking around forever, just like crawling around back here, hanging out. And then he pulls out some weed. He wants to smoke weed, and I thought it was weird that he was smoking weed at church because he was also a very religious guy. I asked him about it, and
you gotta get high.
Well, he said that because it was an addition, it hadn't been blessed yet. He's like, the ground here hasn't been blessed because it's an add-on. He's like, this is a different structure. It hasn't been blessed yet. So once it's blessed, I won't smoke weed down here.
Dude, that
was the first time I smoked weed. I can't remember that guy's name. It was something generic.
That's
like
such an
interesting.
Like that's like holy water to me. It's like. And it's just water unless it's blessed, and then it's like getting you closer to God. You know, like the Rastafarians, they literally believed that by calling it high, like people said you get high or you smoke weed, you get high. It means like you are getting closer to the heavens. That's what they thought of it as. It's like a physical reality, not just like a mental one, which like makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, for sure.
But also like. Rastafarianism began in Jamaica, and I don't know if Jamaica has its native. Is there a Jamaican language? I don't know.
I'm not sure. No.
I'm not sure either.
I'm not sure about that.
It's got to be a pretty old country in terms of the people there. Like it's probably like Haitians. I mean, like I would imagine Jamaica.
Do you think Haitians are Jamaicans, John?
No, but I'm saying, when Columbus sailed across the ocean blue and he discovered Hispaniola, That's like Haiti, Dominican Republic,
That
Jamaica,
was Hispania's money.
Cuba. And it was like those are the Caribbean islands, and there was probably people there. If there were people, I don't know what island.
Can I tell you something,
Columbus
John? Do you know about
settlers.
Pangea?
Yes.
Then shut up. No, then that's it. That's everything, John.
Yes, we all came from one continent.
Thank you.
But humans started
That
migrating
continent-
way after Pangea separated.
That continent was called Saturn.
Humans didn't exist when Pangea was around.
I don't know about
Allegedly.
that. We've always been here.
No, we weren't humans. We were single-celled organisms.
You're assuming that us humans aren't holograms, and if we're holograms, we've been here the whole time, John.
We're holograms.
We've just been in a database waiting.
See, this is what happens every time somebody puts me in a corner and I have to get scientific, they deflect.
See, I love science, man. I
Do
love
you?
all the science that agrees with my beliefs.
Okay.
The rest is fake.
Okay.
But let me tell you-
Quick plug. Back to Josh Turk's film. It is called Sayrogate, Sayrogate, starring Simon Gibson, is what it looks like. Simon Gibson just did the JFL callbacks last night at the Westside Comedy Theater and fucking crushed. Every time I see that man go on stage, he murders it. Josh Turk, very talented person. The shit just came out as a short film. It just got released yesterday, it looks like, and you can check it out. Just look up Sayrogate, Sayrogate, and you can find it on Vimeo.
Sounds like John just made a bunch of words. Check that movie out, though. It's going to be cool. It sounds really good.
Dude, I'm trying to help a friend out, bro.
Even though John
You
said
gotta throw me in a corner again.
it sounds pretty good.
Fuck you, dude.
Pretty good.
All right, let's swing over to you.
All right.
Why don't you lead the conversation for a little bit?
All right. I think Scar was kind of the bad guy in Lion King, but not, after the murder, he was pretty cool.
So we all deserve second chances?
No, I was joking. No, I don't want to. Everyone deserves a second chance, Sean.
Okay.
I'm just saying
let's
the
pivot
president's
back
hands
over to you.
The president's hands are huge
No, they're not. Eric,
compared to your.
save us from this catastrophe that's happening right now.
Well, I guess speaking of the president, the Justice Department just a couple hours ago just released all of the Comey, or a bunch of the Comey memos, apparently.
And what did they say?
I have not read them yet. I've read I read a couple of the highlights. Give me a second. Let me pull them back up here.
No problem. I'm loving this background.
Yeah, we know you like samurais.
But respect that. Look at that dude. Like that guy right there has, all of my respect.
Dude, I Urban Dictionary samurai. But
What you get?
So,
Your Urban Dictionary? You were scared of
That's
Mary
the
Poppins?
That's the only true dictionary, is Urban Dictionary. Japanese warrior aristocrats of medieval and early modern times. Now, medieval is the foundation of feudal era.
Yeah, but that's ignorance defining shit, John.
Are you talking about Urban Dictionary like they're ignorant?
No. I'm
It's the most
saying
modern dictionary there is. I'll look it up
It's the
on
most
website.
modern dictionary.
If you
You're
insist,
I
I want to
wanna-
look it up on fucking website.
I was talking about translation, not a definition, John. So we're gonna look up the translation from samurai, from Japanese to samurai.
A Japanese feudal military aristocracy.
Oh, look at this! I happen to be Japanese to English translation right now.
It's a lot of fun watching you guys have a dictionary off here. It's really fascinating.
You're gonna win.
Who's smarter, your dictionary or mine?
You're gonna win because I can't spell samurai. So
Wow, what a fan!
But
I'll spell it for you. Samurai.
so according to Comey, Trump has said that Putin told him we have some of the most beautiful hookers in the world.
Yeah.
That one's just repeated here a bunch of times. It's just
Fire hookers!
Trump complained about Flynn's serious judgment issues. I mean, there's
this
nothing really revolutionary, but
this is just what was released to us.
Yeah.
There's other shit that you know, the higher ups got to see.
And Trump. Apparently, the bottom line is Trump fixates on hookers. So that, what do you?
Samurai.
Yes, samurai. Yeah, we know how to say
Samurai. Samurai.
it. You are a detriment to this podcast that you have.
What's the meaning of samurai?
God, you think Google
Samurai, a member of the powerful military caste in feudal Japan, especially a member of the class of military retainers of the daimyo.
Feudal Japan!
Do you know what feudal
means? Do you know what feudal means?
No.
Really?
No.
Okay, I feel like you've been getting defensive this whole time. Maybe just because you don't know what feudal is.
What does feudal mean?
Feudal is like knighthood, like the king, the prince, the baron.
You're saying there's some kind of feudal system that was putting people in class?
Everything in terms of, like, when you hear the term medieval, it's usually referring to a feudal era.
I thought it was the people that were like halfway evil, like there was like some good in them.
God damn it!
It's like before
Low-hanging fruit, Art. Low-hanging fruit. I am trying to tell you what feudal is.
It seems like your gesture.
It's actually pronounced medieval. Medieval.
Yeah,
Oh man, that's.
I feel like
So it's the medieval festival.
I mean,
are you transforming us to a Renaissance?
okay, now you're getting closer. Renaissance. That's closer to the feudal era.
Yeah, medieval Renaissance feudal era.
All right.
All I heard was swords.
So they all had swords. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Every medieval society has swords.
That were fucking right.
That's part of the reason that happened, is because they figured out how to make steel and like iron. So they could figure out how to make weapons better. And the people that were good at making weapons, they weren't in royalty, but they could make weapons well enough to put themselves into another caste in society.
Yeah, by murdering people
Yeah.
with swords that they
Yeah.
casted
From iron. Yeah.
Oh. Steel's probably better.
Steel is better. But steel came later.
Yeah, it's tariffs on it. Couldn't
You
get it.
guys like the steel
They
orders?
just didn't have the technology to make steel.
All the swords are made by the Steelers, right? And that's how the Patriots won.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. The Patriots did never.
So do you guys have
Here's a
loyalty
fun
to
fact.
any sports teams?
Do what?
Do you have any loyalties to any sports teams? It's our first live podcast.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over the basics. What do you guys do? What do you guys do? What do you think? What do you know?
Why are you making up for lost time right now?
Yeah.
I don't have to explain to you. Just answer my questions.
You go first. I don't know what you asked.
Oh, I'm all Wisconsin teams. So the Packers, the Brewers, the Bucks,
Okay.
the Badgers. You know.
Alright.
Yeah.
What about the Wild?
The Wild, they're not a Wisconsin team. And I don't
But
really care about.
everybody is a fan of them in terms of a pro hockey team. It's like
Nah, I don't
everybody
really.
goes with the Wild.
What do you
I don't really care about hockey.
Minnesota Wild.
The Minnesota Wild.
Hockey team.
Right.
I'm from Virginia. We didn't have any professional teams. The closest thing to me for football was the Redskins, but they sucked ass growing up. My brother was a diehard Cowboys fan. I liked the 49ers growing up because Jerry Rice was my man. And then over
How long were you
time,
and Jerry Rice together?
well, he's never returned my calls, but
Sounds like he was.
I keep calling him, and I draw pictures of him in my spare time. And well, let's just say I'm in it for the long haul.
I like that.
That's good. Yeah.
I think he will too. I think if you hold out long enough, he'll get back to you.
He got even more famous amongst non-audience members because he was on Dancing with the Stars. I gotta be honest, I'm starting to think I don't have a shot.
At Dancing with the Stars?
No, with Jerry.
Oh.
John, what are you trying to say? That
My life is going towards one goal,
As a
and it's to
lifelong
be with my man Jerry.
a lifelong Cooter, you're unfulfilled. Are you saying you're one empty Cooter?
This Cooter is so empty.
How empty is
There's
it?
negative space.
How empty is your Cooter?
I just said there's negative space.
If your Cooter was a safe in Duckville, the Bugle Boys would have had its way with it. Because it's so empty.
In Duckville? What's Duckville?
That's where DuckTales takes place, right? Here in Duckville. Ooh.
It's DuckTales. Ooh.
Yeah, but part of it's Duckville.
I don't remember
There's
that
danger
very well.
right behind you.
Yeah, you know more than about that.
I probably do. And so maybe we should just trust me.
I trust you, yeah.
Alright?
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about Raul Castro retiring and passing over the reins of the presidency of Cuba to Miguel?
Well, they're having an election.
They already had it.
Oh, they already had it?
Yeah, it's done.
It's done? They had the election where only one person was right?
Yeah. Well, that's an election. That's how it goes. One person goes up there and you write their name down. It's an election, dude.
I mean,
That doesn't sound. So there's only one choice, and everybody has to elect that person.
Or not.
Yeah.
They can not vote too. That's their freedom.
yeah. Under communist Cuba, you can choose to vote for Miguel or not vote, I guess. I mean, I guess people, they say it's going to be interesting not having Castro in power, but.
I think it's like a little mini Castro.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, he must be if he was allowed to be on the ballot. If there's only one person eligible for election, it must be in like the previous party's control whether that guy is fit for the job, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't really want to speak to how Cuba works, but I'd imagine so.
Well, I don't know either, but I know like
As someone who's never been to Cuba, let me speak to how it works.
How
They're
does it
fine
work?
with everything.
no, they're not.
They do it.
They weren't fine with selling shit to America for a
They're
long
fine and
time.
it's okay.
Well,
They're not fine with democracy.
They like democracy just fine.
No, they don't. That the communism exists as a
Communism's
separation
okay,
of
too.
democracy.
Communism's fine. If communists so different, why do they have a president? Huh?
It's called El Presidente there.
If you're speaking Spanish, yes.
Oh, yeah. That's what they speak.
You're right, John.
Thank you. Thank you. I needed to hear that.
This is a very awkward moment. This is going to be documented forever.
yeah, that's awesome.
I like it.
At least we have this badass samurai behind me. I feel really protected with this guy. Like, really protected.
I feel like that guy has got it going on.
He's not even wielding any weapons.
He doesn't have to. He doesn't need to. He's already done it. Can't you see the burden of all the deaths he's had?
It just looks like art.
He's
to me.
looking down at us and just being like, I wish I was them. Not murdering people for a living.
Dude, I feel bad for the samurai. That's a stressful life.
Go on. Tell me more.
Think about it, dude. That's like being a warrior. You always have to be on guard.
Well, you define the samurai as a warrior, huh? I guess you were on guard.
I never said they weren't warriors, dude. I never said they weren't warriors.
Alright, anyways. Yeah, you're right. You always have to be on guard.
Dude, think about the paranoia that you would have in your everyday life when nobody else is worried. Like, if we had a samurai in this room that wasn't that one, there was like an actual person that was moving and shit, they'd be constantly checking the locks or something.
I don't know. I all of my samurai knowledge is like samurai shampoo.
Why would they be constantly checking the locks?
Because they're always on guard, man. They always have to be
That
protected.
sounds like a drug addict thing. That sounds like something back when I was doing a lot of cocaine, I would constantly get up and check the locks.
Yeah, I feel like the samurai are more zen than that.
Why?
I feel like
Because you're paranoid as fuck.
yeah, but samurais are much more at risk of getting
Yeah, but they
crept
have an
up on
upbringing.
than
John,
coke addicts.
samurai have an upbringing that allows them to be
Because
like,
they would just, if I was
calm.
I'm just thinking, if I was a samurai, I would and I was looking at that door, I'd be sitting here like, all right, if something comes through that door to kill me, I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna be there for it and be prepared for it. Like, I got my sword, maybe it kills me, maybe it doesn't, but I'm prepared for this situation. As a drug addict, you get up and you check that door all the time because you're not prepared for anything that could come through that door.
Are you saying you're a drug addict?
No, not anymore.
How deep were you into this habit?
Clockwork Orange deep.
Yeah, I was doing one.
He was doing the old horror show.
Yeah.
The old
There's no cocaine in fucking Clockwork Orange.
That's because you don't know how to read the lines. The old upload. You know what? Eric and I were talking about it. I can't remember how it came up, but it's just like better than off a urinal, or better off the back of a urinal, right?
Cocaine is?
No, anything is better than that.
Better than off of a urinal?
Or off the back of a toilet. The toilet seat lid.
Dude, that's a very functional place to do cocaine.
It's pretty gross.
I've
never.
Yeah. Are you a germaphobe?
No, but I also am not going to do cocaine off of a toilet.
Dude, if you go to a bar or a restaurant or a club or wherever, if you go to a public area and you want to do a bump, you have to go into the bathroom and there's not a lot of surfaces.
That's why God invented keys.
Only pussies go into the bathroom.
Yeah, but
It's not for doors. He didn't invent them to lock
You
doors.
can't just, I understand the key bump, very functional, yes. But you have to do the key bump in the bathroom. Are you going to do it in the restaurant itself?
Depends what kind of restaurant it is.
Well, yeah.
Why is all of a sudden it's specifically a restaurant?
Because, I don't know why I said restaurant. Nobody's doing keys in fucking restaurants.
I'm sure.
I meant like bar restaurant. Whether it's a dive bar or whether it's like a place that serves food that's mostly a bar, like, I meant like bar restaurant.
I don't know.
I didn't mean Olive Garden.
I don't know. You find yourself in some Midwestern TGI Fridays. Like, what are you gonna do?
Go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
Do they have TGI Fridays in the Midwest?
They do.
They have it all over the country.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
I went to my first Waffle House. That was great.
Waffle House.
Really?
Great.
Yeah, it was good.
What'd you get?
I got a waffle, biscuits and gravy,
Fuck yeah.
eggs and bacon.
Nice.
Yeah, that's one of the best orders you could have possibly gotten.
It was great. It was really good.
Waffle House is exactly what it should be, and everybody shits on it even still.
Who shits on Waffle House? What's wrong? Where
No, people like Waffle House is like a laughing stock of fast food dine-in places.
Says who?
I've only heard about them like through podcasts, and then I finally
Fucking fantastic.
I saw them, and I was like, after I'd seen 3, I was like, well, I'm definitely going one. Also, I went to a Shoney's. I didn't go to it, but I saw one, and I thought that was fake too. I thought that was a Rick and Morty thing.
Well, Shoney's and TGI Fridays that's a tier above Waffle House.
All right, well, I didn't know.
Whoa,
no.
I'm not saying in terms of quality. I'm saying like they have table service and like uniforms.
That's
like,
some great
you're
service.
paying a little bit more.
I set up
to
the
go
bar
with
at the Waffle
Shoney's.
House done, and it was pretty great service.
Everybody sits at the bar at Waffle House.
Yeah, it was pretty
Sometimes they
great.
sit at the table.
Yeah, there's a lot of booths available.
That's if they don't have any more space.
Waffle House seemed like a trailer park version of Denny's. And I like that.
All right, so
I went to a trailer park for a while.
you just described exactly what Waffle House is. It's the trailer park.
No, it's not. It's the
But
exact.
trailer park is good too.
It's the exact same thing as Denny's. The only difference is that they cook it out in front of you. They're not ashamed of what goes on in their kitchen. They'll do it in front of you
Well,
because it's a short order. That's what I like about it. It's a nice short order diner, and that's what diners should be.
oh, dude, I am not shitting on Waffle
It
House.
sounds like you're shitting on Waffle House.
No, honestly, my shit working.
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's just the headphones. Do you guys, do you remember that Bill Hicks joke about Waffle House? Have you ever heard this joke?
I probably have because I love Bill Hicks, but I don't specifically
Bill-
know a Waffle House joke.
Bill Hicks had this joke, and he's like, so I go on the road a lot to do comedy, and I'm sitting in this Waffle House, I'm reading a book, and the waitress comes up to me and she says, "What you reading for?" And he's like, "What am I reading for? Not what am I reading? What am I reading for?" Well, you stumped me. Let me think about it. Well, I guess I read it for a lot of reasons. Namely, so I don't end up being a fucking waffle waitress.
Hey man, I mean, why?
That's what I always think of when I think of Waffle House.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bill. Rest in peace.
Get this, not a true story. This is going to frighten you because it's absolutely true. I'm down in that town 5. After the show, I go to a Waffle House. I'm not proud of it. I'll over to me. Hey, what you reading for? Is that like the weirdest question ever? I have never ever been asked that. You don't know, what are you reading? Oh, okay. Well, what are you reading for? Yeah, you stumped me. Why do I read? Guess I read for a lot of reasons, you know. One of them is so I don't end up being a fucking waffle maker.
Dude, you nailed that.
That was good, yeah.
Dude, that's like that. That's definitely one of the most memorable Bill Hicks jokes that I think about on a regular. Like, but Waffle House, like, I grew up in Waffle House territory. I'm from the South. Like, Waffle House was everywhere when I was growing up. It's like it was never any better or worse than any other diner.
See, maybe
What part of the South you go to?
maybe that's what it is. Because growing up in the Midwest, like I had to travel to go to a Waffle House.
Right. So
there was like still like
there's an added value.
Fuck yeah, there was for sure.
So that's like White Castle for my neck of the woods.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, White Castle was like, yeah, fuck off. There's White Castle everywhere.
Yeah, that started in Jersey.
White Castle is bomb.
So like we had to go across the Mason-Dixon line to get to White Castle. And honestly, it wasn't what I thought it would be.
No.
No, like I knew it was sliders. I just didn't know that it was rolls instead of buns.
What I liked is their French fries. They were like skinny steak fries.
Ooh, the French fries.
I like shoestring fries. Like
What's the shoestring fries?
Steak and Shake.
Yeah,
those kinds
is it
of
American?
it's
Oh, better be American.
They're fries that have the width of a shoestring.
Shoestrings are very
They could be different ones.
so vastly, dude. Like some Keds shoestrings or some fucking boot shoestrings. What's fucking Velcro, man?
What's the shoestring that you have on right now look like?
Like a flat tube.
Is that the size?
These are badass shoelaces.
That's not the size?
That's fucking right, John.
What about you?
You got this is on video.
Mine would be yeah, but you're a skater guy, so you like the flat strings. So in French fry culture,
I'm a skater guy.
in French fry culture, you like steak fries, whereas I like the shoestring fries because they fit through the hole better.
That's what she said.
The eye hole.
That's what the pirate said.
That's what One-Eyed Jack said.
Goonies. Alright,
Dude, I just watched The Lost Boys for the first time a couple days
For
ago.
the first time?
Oh, man. Now I understand the rivalry.
I still believe.
The Lost Boys versus the Goonies, like, you had to pick one growing up.
No, you
which
didn't.
was it?
Yeah, you can like both.
No, I don't mean you had to pick one, but I'm like, which one was the movie of your childhood?
I performed in Santa Cruz, some comedy with Jackie Monahan and Sarah Kinney
Yes, I
on
know.
the Killing Spree tour. And we performed at the Crow's Nest, which is in Santa Cruz where they filmed that. And that's like their claim to fame. Like everyone would talk about that. It was pretty interesting.
If they filmed Lost Boys in a place near me, I would talk about it all the time.
We went to the lighthouse there in Santa Cruz, and there was like a group of people that totally reminded me of cinema regulars. They're like doppelgangers.
Really?
Yeah, it was so cool. We're like,
That's so
can
funny.
you drink here? And they're like, well, you can drink over there. And they pointed to like one patch of cement as opposed to like wherever they go. But that, that's okay. It was like the other side of the lighthouse. They're like, no, but it's like, it's okay to drink there. It was so funny. I really loved it. Santa Cruz is badass.
I've never been.
It's a favorite place of mine, I think.
What was the city in Lost Boys? It was like Santa Clara or something. What was it? It was Santa something.
Lost Boys to Santa Cruz.
What?
Lost Boys to Santa Cruz.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
No, but in the movie, it's not Santa Cruz. It's
Yes,
something
it
else.
is.
No, it's like Santa Clara or something.
Oh, yeah, that's why you've seen your team. I could ask my mentor.
I just love the who's that
What
fucking
was the name of
band?
the city in Lost Boys?
Who's the fucking band that sings that song?
Oh, the saxophone.
With the saxophone and he's
The town of Santa Cruz was used as the town of Santa Carla for the original
Santa Carla, that's what it is. Santa Carla. Yeah.
Fictional Santa Carla is based on Santa Cruz, where much of the movie The Lost Boys was filmed.
Dope.
Face.
But it tells what the band from that movie is with the saxophonist. Because that dude was the best part of the movie.
What band famously performed on the soundtrack of Lost Boys?
I still believe. That's it, right? That's the song?
It's something to believe. It sounds like a Journey song, except more metal and more glam.
That dude was ripped, if I remember correctly.
Oh.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
Jacked,
But he
dude.
was huge.
He's jacked and tan, and he had a long ponytail. He's like sexy saxophone man if the guy was actually sexy.
Yeah, and one of those fucking just those white shirts, right?
Oh, dude, I think he was shirtless. In it. What, did you find out what it was?
No, I gave up.
No.
You guys are making me uncomfortable.
You didn't give it much time.
You're right. But I mean, I truly gave it up. So you guys, I watched the Jumanji movie.
The new one?
Yeah, you guys.
I haven't seen the new one.
I'm a cough.
Did you see it though?
No.
Uh,
Is it as bad as I thought it was going to be?
not bad.
It's,
There's bad movies, and this is not a bad movie.
alright. But they changed the idea quite a bit.
They keep it going.
Really? I thought it was like Big meets Jumanji.
At one point,
Where they have
you see the original Jumanji game, and it gets found by someone in a different time, and it turns to a video game. So it disguises itself.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Disguises itself, and then boom, that's it. Boom. Timeline done. Story can continue on. Don't look too much into it. It's just about being stuck in a game.
How is Jack Black?
It's Tron within the jungle. Jack Black was great. Jack Black was
Was he
playing
funny?
he was playing a teenage girl, basically. So of course it was fun.
Oh my god, dude.
I love
That right there is the hook. Like, Jack Black should just be in a movie where he
Yeah.
plays a teenage girl.
Well,
Forget about Jumanji.
It's the common trope of like everyone gets put into different shoes. Like you walk a mile in someone else's shoes. So like the scrawny nerd gets put into The Rock. The big buff jock gets put into Kevin Hart. The conceited, beautiful teenage girl gets put into Jack Black. And
I think
the
you might have
self-conscious-
described this to me.
The self-conscious, nerdy girl gets put into the hot Karen Gillan. And they all get to see what it's like to be the people they were jealous of or hated or despised.
Dude, that, like,
It's like a Jumanji. I like it, yeah.
I said Jumanji had
that-
a full house.
yeah, that concept alone, like, I'm so glad they made the movie just because I heard the concept. Look at the dog resting over there.
That's Dolce. That's our producer.
Dolce prefers a clipboard and a tech bag over the bed that you bought her.
Yeah, because Dolce knows how much love goes into that clipboard. That is a Cinema Mike clipboard. That has been signed by so many talented future up and
That's
coming
true.
comedians.
But-
It's like
but just-
seriously hundreds, probably thousands.
Beware, audience.
At least
If you go to the cinema
at least
bar
1,000.
on a Wednesday and Art Hernandez is hosting, you're gonna have a great time. You're gonna have a great time if you get up. If you get up, Art.
It's hard to do. I've forgotten John before. Can you blame me?
More than once you've forgotten me.
It's just I really.
I'm attacking you, dude. I'm coming at you right now.
Well, you know what? With choices come consequences.
Yeah, I've felt them already.
All right.
Now it's time to rectify your wrongs.
Well, go at it. Throw down.
No, I'm not gonna fight you. What good would that do?
That's what I'm saying, man. Skin that smoke wagon. I said throw down, boy.
Don't call me boy. You know that's a sensitive term for me. Oh man.
I said, get to work.
Yeah, this is even more demeaning because my headphones don't work right now, and
You can't hear me.
your voice is like a voice of God, and
You hear me.
I'm not hearing anything through here. I feel like I am little right now. I am not feeling confident. I can't hear my headphones. So now I can. Oh, I'm back. Come at me, Art. Get in here. My chest is exposed. I'm ready to go. No, I don't feel anything yet.
Gross. You're not going to feel anything yet. But I'm glad your headphones work. Thank you for the communication, John. Took you hours. See that? See what your stubborn machismo did, John?
No.
Didn't let you hear half
It
this.
wasn't a stubborn machismo. My machismo got cut off. There was no machismo for the last 30 minutes at least.
This has been a 50-minute podcast we've done. This is our first Mature Adult Time live on YouTube.
What do you say we go for another 22 hours?
I'm not scared to stop. Like, I'll go to that fucking battery drops down.
Really?
Yeah, we got internet.
Fuck
Look at all these backup beers we got. We got discussions.
I got a beer and a half left. I'm ready to keep going. And now I got my machismo back too.
Are you excited for anything?
Oh yeah.
I got a, since we're live right now, I got a really great 420 show. I got 2 great 420 shows. I'm performing at Oh My Ribs down Santa Monica Boulevard at 9 o'clock.
Down or up?
From here, over.
Yeah.
Down over there, they call it the Theater Row.
Ah.
Theater Row, ran at Theater Row, and if you're in the area, I'll be performing sweet stand-up comedy at the 420 show at Oh My Ribs Entertainment. There's going to be a bunch of great comics in that. And then later tomorrow night, I'm going to be doing comedy at the Westside Comedy Theater for parental discretion advised.
Viewer discretion
advised.
You got on that show?
Yeah, I did.
I'm so afraid
I'm
to
so
ask
honest. God, there's so many great comics on it too. I'm super excited. It's going to be a great night.
Is Vokey on it?
Brian Vokey is on it.
Fuck yeah.
And then there's so many great comics on it. I'm so humbled to be on it. I'm really grateful.
Oh, dude, I'm going to go
following
check it out.
Bradless and I are going to be going to Phoenix, Arizona, and performing comedy down at off Main Street Comedy for the April 21st, dude. 2 shows with Sarah Kenny. It's going to be badass. So if you're in Phoenix right now, and I know if you're in Phoenix right now, you're definitely watching this because why wouldn't you be?
Yeah, what else are you going to do?
Plus, I know you are because I can see your hashtags and shit. So.
If you're not going to be in Phoenix, and don't be, come to Homegrown Comedy at the Westside Comedy Theater at 11:30 Saturday night.
I'm on it sometimes, and I'll let you know when to look for those.
You know what, dude? I feel like everyone's going to Phoenix. And not Santa Monica.
They should. It's a cheaper ride. You get more bang for your buck out there in Phoenix.
The tickets are super fucking cheap in Santa Monica.
You know what Phoenix
Westside
is?
Comedy Theater, 11:30 p.m.
John.
It's way better than his show. Way better!
You see how hard he's trying? The truth about Phoenix, Arizona is that the money goes along the way, man. Phoenix, Arizona knows how to love and care about people, and they're all going to be out there, especially those in the Mesa area.
Phoenix sucks!
Phoenix, that's
Fuck Phoenix!
The last time I went to Phoenix was just time.
I've never been
when it
before.
comes to sport teams, yes, Phoenix sucks.
Yeah.
But, the people are humble, and they know their place. Just
Wow. You do that, Phoenix? Art thinks he's better than you.
I don't think I'm better than you. I think that.
Yeah, he does. He thinks he's better than
the
you.
athletes that represent my city are better than your athletes that represent your city.
What's my city? What's my city? Santa Monica?
Your city. You wish you lived in Santa Monica.
No, I don't.
What's the city?
The parking is
address
horrible.
on your driver's license say? That's your city.
Los Angeles.
Then your city's Los Angeles. Pretty good city.
That's right. What's yours?
Los Angeles.
Are you sure it's not Culver City?
Well, it is right now, but technically it's Los Angeles.
Oh.
It's like technically it's Inglewood. I live in city. Cities
Yeah,
within
technically.
city.
But you said based off of your driver's license.
Well, then I'm in Culver City. That's good. Nothing wrong with that.
Culver City sucks ass.
You wish you.
I'm in LA County, dude. We ride, man. We ride.
What do you
Well,
reckon?
Culver City's in LA County as well.
It is.
No, Culver City's its own city.
Yeah,
But it's in LA County. You said LA County, we ride. Yeah, it's
All right,
we're all in LA County.
I'm in LA City then.
Yeah, well, they can. Yeah, Culver City is not in
You
LA
don't know-
City.
You don't know what it's like to be us. You don't know
Who's
what
us,
it's like.
John?
LA City residents, bruh! I've been in LA City for almost my entire life.
Tell us one of your first like LA moments. Because here's the crazy thing. Like I grew up here, so it's like whatever to me. I didn't know LA was a thing until I left LA, or a little bit younger than that.
Really?
What is it like for you to go? Yeah, because why would I? No one's telling me like, oh, to live in LA. It's like I just lived here.
Yeah, dude, people watch TV shows and movies taking place in their hometown.
I thought everyone lived here.
No, dude. Dude, you should like.
What was it like, John, to move to LA for your first time as some like, I'm guessing, some like bindle packing hobo? You moved to Los Angeles. What was it like when you first
Bindle packing.
cement pools and movie stars? When's the first time you saw people without holes in their shoes?
Dude, I don't think you see LA the way that you think you do.
No, I don't. Anyways, John, like, come on, when you moved to LA, what was it like?
Well, the tale that you just told is not that.
Bindle packing hobo.
Yeah, that's not. I wouldn't say that's that close to what happened for me. My story is
Not
weird.
being a bindle packing hobo. Like, there's no denial, but I mean, you haven't confirmed it. She denied it.
I don't know what a bindle is really, but
That's something a bindle packing hobo would think. All right.
you know what? I feel like your story is better anyways.
Eric?
The bindle packing hobo, like I can't live up to that. My story's good, dude. I'll tell you my story. All right.
Let's see.
All right. You ready? It's a journey.
Go for it.
Are you ready?
Do it, dude. Shoot us through the heart.
You're not looking at me. I need to see your eyes.
Just go for it. Just tell me the story. We're live on YouTube. We're trying to share this with the masses.
I'm not telling this.
There's already 3,000 people watching it. You gotta keep going.
All
Don't
right.
feel nervous, by the way. Don't disappoint all of them.
All right. Okay.
Thousands of them. Probably hundreds of thousands right now.
Yeah. Your illustrator, your fan art illustrator,
I'm seeing it.
added 90,000 viewers. Hopefully.
John,
Hopefully.
tell your fucking story.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, when did you move to LA?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
I moved to LA January 1st. Like, I moved to LA on January 1st, 2012. So basically, I graduated from Madison in 2011, and I spent the summer working in the liquor store because in Madison, you don't want to leave during the summer. That's the most tolerable time of year to be in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
So I was working at this
Wait,
liquor
so you guys
store.
have both been in Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had cheese curds?
Oh,
Yeah,
Definitely had cheese curds, yeah.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing.
I know.
Because
It's a no.
cheese curds are one of the very many reasons that I didn't want to leave Wisconsin right away. Like I had the last summer. It was with me and my friends that had just graduated. Most of us went off and like started getting our lives together. Some of us straggled a little bit and like wanted to run a victory lap.
Were you the Jerry O'Connell of this group?
What does that mean?
You know, like the chubby kid that lost a bunch of weight at the end.
No, that's me now. Who's Jerry O'Connell?
Who's not Cooter Davenport? Keep going.
All right, so I studied film in college, and eventually, like, I had saved up some money, but I was living in my buddy's place, and I was sleeping on a mattress in his living room.
Did you want to like act or direct? Like, what was your, or did you weren't sure?
All I knew is that I had studied film in college because I couldn't figure out psychology. I got a D in Intro to Psychology.
That's so funny.
And an F in Statistics for Psychology. And my freshman advisor, after the end of freshman year, was like, "It might be time to switch gears."
You worked a lot better on short cans, regular cans. The Coors are taller.
I don't think you're very interested in my story when you say things like that.
I don't want to upset my sponsors. A fucking sweet Cooler can.
All right, so
You're a dick.
Brought to you by Cooler can. If you can't do it, Cooler can. So might as well have a Cooler can in your hand. Cooler can koozie.
Fuck yeah. Cooligan koozies,
Keep your
man.
beers cooler than yours.
Yeah,
When
definitely.
people ask you how you're doing, just say cooler than you. Go ahead. Let's try this out.
All
Let's
right.
go to a scene.
No. This is good. We have sponsor
Let's cut
breaks
to a
during
scene
the story.
when two people
We'll milk it out.
meeting
We'll milk it out.
when they have one person has it. Who can't and go.
Wait, are we doing an act out of your commercial right now?
It's supposed to be.
Hey man, how's it going? Thanks.
Yeah, my beer is kind of lukewarm by now. What's yours?
Lukewarm. Mine's piss warm.
Piss warm? Well, you got a stronger grip than I do.
Hey guys, check this out. My can's cooler than yours. Because I got a cooler than yours koozie. Brought to you by Cooler than Your Koozie. We now come back to John's boring story.
I hate you.
So,
Why did you say that? This is my life here. Why did you say that?
That's the boring part of your life, John.
No, it's my origin story, and you are shitting on it after a made-up commercial.
So you're
Why are you doing this to
Some of
me?
your origin stories.
You're packing your bindle, you're leaving Madison.
No, I'm not a hobo. I'm not a bindle packing hobo.
He was a hobo unable to pack his own bit.
No.
I'll pay
this.
Dude, this story would be better if I was a bindle packing hobo.
Davenport and his venture towards
You know what?
great life.
I don't need to share my story anymore. No, you're gonna shit on it the whole time.
John,
No.
everyone shits on your story. Just tell us to.
Everybody shits on all my stories.
Tell us to. Tell us your story.
Are we ready for part 2?
Ready for part 2, yeah.
Okay.
So, your girlfriend cheated on you, decided to leave Louisiana.
I told you he shits on us. He's gonna keep shitting on us. I'm from Virginia, dick.
Polk, Arizona.
No, I won't
Polk
play Arizona.
County, Florida.
No.
Virginia. All right, go on.
Alright. So, living on my friend's couch, smoking a bunch of weed, working at the liquor store during the day and the nights, and
You worked at a liquor store?
yeah, I delivered kegs for 4 years.
Oh, keg guy.
Yeah. To college kids in fraternities and shit.
So you admit to doing illegal things.
No, they were of age.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, they still had good fakes. I don't know. We didn't care.
I
It's
used
just
to,
college time,
I
man.
used
You don't care that much.
when I was underage, I used to order booze in Minneapolis all the time from this liquor store. And we just leave money and a note for the guy that was like, oh, sorry, like, had to run out, here's money for like
That's
our
super
12 pack of beer. And they always delivered it.
That's really
A
smart.
couple times we got called out on it, or they wanted to talk to us. We're like, oh, all right, these are inside. Just come here, and we just hand them a bowl. Boom, done. They're like, all right, cool.
Yeah, we didn't let that happen at our
Yeah.
quality.
So you guys weren't
No, we had standards.
you guys weren't a fun liquor delivery service.
Oh, yeah, we were. I was delivering. Look how fun I am.
I don't know. You're not delivering these kegs to. Yeah.
I brought you beers tonight.
That's true.
It's not out of my system.
When I was younger, I used to rent beer taps to people.
Okay, just let it.
You just call them uncircumcised? Take it back, John.
Now, I don't know if he's circumcised or not. You're acting like an
You think you can grow
uncircumcised.
back foreskin with stem cells?
Yes, you can grow back anything with stem cells. That's what stem cells are.
All right, foreskin. That'd be it. Here we go. We gotta get some doctors involved in this.
Yeah.
Let's make a documentary about it and involve the word cape.
I'm always disappointed by cape packing. Ever since my cape got taken away,
There's a lot of
I felt like half.
capeless penises.
I felt like half a hero.
You know, like a cape is like you don't always have to like pull it over your head, but when you do, it's for a reason.
Dude, you know what I can't stop thinking about is, you know the movie Cape Fear? Imagine,
Now it's a circumcision.
imagine seeing a poster and the F looks like a T instead, so it's Cape Tear.
Now what if it's
That's what you're talking about, right?
No,
The
no.
cape being torn?
I'm talking about Cape Fear, and it's like a bunch of people that are like scared of like circumcision, and it's just like The circumcision comes back to haunt you after being ripped off.
This is
the ring that everyone was scared about.
I'll tell you right now, this is B-movie territory right now.
B-movies are great.
Yeah,
Well, maybe that's what you think.
I'm a Sam Raimi fan.
We know you like samurais, all right?
I like samurais. I like samurais, ninjas, any type of road warrior, most space travelers.
What about the movie Warriors?
Traveler, and especially Dimensional Traveler. Warriors was good, but rewatching it makes me feel like it's like a weird, like homosexual play.
Oh wow!
Warriors?
I've never seen that.
Musical.
I've never seen that.
The way they dress is weird. Like I know it was tough at some point. Like at that time when that came out,
Yeah.
people looked tough. But to me now, the old fart that I am, I like these look like a bunch of like these look like a bunch of people that were like going to a Halloween party at the Abbey, and
So cut off denim isn't gonna do it for you.
Wait,
That
I wasn't.
doesn't scare you. You're not scared to cut off denim anymore.
so were they like greasers? Were they like
It was like all the games.
Yeah, it's a bunch of
so it's like whatever you can think of, like a free
It
for
was,
all.
it was New York, right? Wasn't it?
No, it's like New Jersey or something.
Sure,
Maybe it's
New
New
York.
I don't know. No, I think they went to. I think it's Detroit.
really?
Does Detroit have a subway system, like that? I'm pretty sure.
What
it's New York.
city did the Warriors
I
take
thought it
place
was-
in?
I think it's gonna say Golden
Here's some
State.
information for where does the Warriors take place? Here's a summary from Wikipedia. Cyrus, the most powerful gang in New York City, calls a midnight summit of all the city's gangs, requesting them to send 9 unarmed delegates to Van Cortlandt Park.
That's the second time that somebody else has been writing your podcast.
Well, we're all about the truth, John. No one's trying to own it. We're trying to learn.
Are you?
I am trying to patent the truth, actually, though. I've got a patent out for it.
Oh, that's
Don't want to talk too much
like
about
when
it.
the
but-
Rothschilds patent debt.
Yeah.
You're so smart. Oh.
God, I can't believe
Dude, that
he's
is
that guy. Dude,
that
that fucking
is
dead. Like, just be like, you know what? Why don't we just do it this way?
well, that's been a concept for so long, but patenting it, it's like, how do you do that? That's like patenting air. It's like an imaginary concept
Doing that.
that it actually
It's
doesn't
like
exist.
Spaceballs, remember? It was Perry Air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they like, you'd open a can and
That was brilliant. Do you
It's one
remember?
of the best.
I saw a meme yesterday, and it was a Halloween. It was a whoa. You taking my backup?
Take it back up.
We're gonna have to get another round soon.
You're gonna have to.
What the fuck, man?
We'll get one right now. Don't worry about it. Go back. What's your story?
Spaceballs.
Yeah.
So, like, you remember the? All right. So I saw this Halloween costume, and
This one tastes really good too.
oh, you motherfucker! I can't get over it. Every time I start a story, something else bothers me even more. I can't continue any longer. You take a sip.
Yeah.
See, that one does taste good.
It's a little warmer than I'd like. I think I could use a cool koozie. What was the brand again?
Cool, the new koozie. Oh, the new koozie, sponsored, brought to you by, I'm sure it'll tell you. So cool. So cool.
Alright, so
Alright.
Spaceballs?
This company's so cool, their motto is, who said that? Or it's, our motto is, what?
Alright, 0 for 2.
Just tell the fucking story.
Which story? I've been cut off from summaries.
Yeah, you were telling
It's not a story. It's not a story. I was just saying. I saw a meme with a group of friends, and like for Halloween, they were all dressed up as Spaceballs characters, and they had this like giant afro pick, and at the top of it said, "We ain't found shit," which I think is the line of the movie. Have you found anything? And they're combing the desert literally, and he goes, "We ain't found shit." That was the quote of the movie. Like the quote, you guys remember it? Like Art, you posted this earlier. It was the quote from Friday. It's like, "I know you don't smoke weed, man, but we're smoking weed today. It's Friday. You ain't got no job. You ain't got shit to do. And that's the line of the movie, you know? It's like
I did that to promote the show that I have at Westside Comedy Theater at 11 p.m. on 4th.
Viewer discretion applies tomorrow night at the Westside Comedy Theater. That is a great show. I will happily support that because I'm in fucking Phoenix. Fuck Phoenix. You're missing my show.
I'm going to fuck you. I'm going to Oregon.
No,
Oregon's with my sex.
You take me to Phoenix, I'll fuck him up, man. I like.
You hear that, Phoenix? That is Cooter Davenport. He is
Cooter Davenport.
You can find him on the social medias.
It's not my name. That's not my name. Don't call me. I do not want to become Cooter Davenport. This self-referential fucking Dukes of Hazzard parody.
Too late.
I think it's become a thing.
It's like critical.
This is what they type. This is what they say. This is what they say when they say you don't choose your nicknames. They choose you. And it is being inflicted on me right now. I don't want to be Cooter.
That's a good word. And a failed MMA company, all in one.
Affliction?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with it?
It's a good word and a failed MMA company, all in one.
I mean, I can't argue there. It is both of those things.
So you agree?
That's what I just said, didn't I?
You've been defeated? Do you agree you've been defeated?
I feel like
I had someone better than you.
I've been thwarted by a feudal warrior right now. There he is.
I love fetuses.
Feudal! A feudal warrior!
He said fetal.
A fetus
He
warrior.
said fetal.
I said a feudal warrior.
Now that's the next great samurai. It'll be about like a fetus samurai.
A feudal samurai.
Yeah.
So it all takes place in the movie. Dude, I cannot imagine watching any movie where the whole movie takes place in a uterus. That is a great idea for an animated show.
What do you have a problem with the uterus?
Or an animated movie, at least it's like an animated movie where like the whole movie
What's your issue with
it's what happens in the fucking egg after it gets
You don't know what happens.
That's fucking hilarious.
God comes down and gives you
An
your
animated movie where the sperm are swimming and trying to make it. It's a classic road movie, except it's in the uterus.
Check.
Yeah, we'll start right there.
Dude, this has been documented live. If anybody takes that story, coming after you.
Check.
That's gotta be a good story. An animated movie about the swimming of the sperm to the egg and then the maturation process between the egg and the sperm.
Just think about it, all swimming upstream too at inception. Like it'll
Just
be
the fact that you're calling it the maturation process makes me want to.
I don't know what. Yeah, dude, I feel that. I feel like a fucking nerd because I didn't know what the word was. I couldn't like for able to say like I don't know what it is. I try to get scientific with it. I don't know what to call that. Like what's the word for that?
I would like to point out that everyone on the show has consented to bullying, and we're doing it with consent. We're not just bullying on John.
No, it's always consented upon. I just never see it coming, and it always hurts me afterwards.
Oh, that's the way it should be, though, right?
That's what bullying is.
Yeah, bullying's
You
not-
fucking asshole.
Why, man? I didn't create it.
Did you get bullied?
I just learned.
Did you get bullied?
No. I mean, I got older brothers, so I got bullied fast and swiftly by geniuses, and then it stopped fast, and I had younger sisters, which I took bullying to like a different level because I wasn't really a bully. I was more fearing of my life because they were just ruthless. My sister's like a twin. Like we're 10 months apart. Okay. So she was just as powerful as I ever was. I got 2 months on her best.
She's your Irish twin. She's not your real twin.
She's an Irish twin. But that's still my real
Were
twin.
you 10 months ahead of her, or
I was 10 months ahead of her.
and she's still?
For 2 months out of the year, we're the same age. And then I pass her every time.
Dude, I like Irish twins. I don't know why they call them Irish, other than like the
It's a racial slur.
Yes, the
Our
Irish
suffered
fuck
so
a lot
much.
because they're Catholic and they don't have birth control, right?
Yeah, and all those things are true.
And, yeah. And you only fuck for
Yeah.
appropriation and
Yeah.
Or do you remember that scene in Meaning of Life? There's an Irish Catholic family in the slums of Ireland.
I don't remember that.
I've never seen that movie.
You've never
Watch
seen
this film.
Monty Python's Meaning of Life?
Life
I
of
never
Brian.
have, no.
Have you seen it?
I've seen Life of Brian.
Have you seen Holy Grail?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Everybody's seen Holy Grail.
I've never admitted to seeing the Holy Grail of any sort.
All right.
Yeah.
In Meaning of Life,
Either here or
Meaning of Life is different than Life of Brian and Holy Grail because it's like a movie with sketches, not just a continuous storyline.
Okay.
And one of the sketches is like they cut to Ireland in like the heat of its depression and the famine, and there's this family with like a dad coming home, and he comes home to his kids and his wife, and he walks into this tiny ass place. There's like 40 kids, triple bunked, just living in the room, and he's like, it's gotten to the point where I've had too many kids, and like, I have to sell all of you just to stay alive and keep my job. And there's this
He
long.
has
to sell
I
it.
have
Or is
to
it?
sell my children.
No, I don't even think he sells them. He gives they have to leave because like he can't afford it.
It's so hard right now. Slavery is all I've got.
No, it's not slavery. It's like
Now selling
now
it's slavery, John.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't selling, and I remembered it wrong. It was definitely like I can't afford to keep you anymore.
Dude, that's selling.
You have to fucking.
I can't
You
afford.
have to go to Child Protective Services.
I can't afford to keep you anymore. Therefore, these people are giving me money, and I'm going to give you them.
It wasn't selling. It wasn't selling. I don't think.
What if it's like upselling? Like you're selling them to like a wealthy family. Like you're selling them to like the queen or something.
I don't remember if it was selling or not. I don't think so.
But I guess what kind of queen's gonna want like some poor ass
The best queen.
Irish kids?
Well, not the Irish, but poor ass people is usually what the queen is looking for in terms of help.
I think the queen is just looking for someone that's going to like submit to her role. In my fantasy, the queen's really badass and sexy. She's not old and gross like she is now.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's like
My queen's hot, and I respect her. I guess.
Kirsten Dunst in Marie Antoinette.
Yeah,
I find Kirsten Dunst very hot. I've met her once.
that's your type, though.
She's hot, yeah.
That's your type.
Fit and beautiful and talented. Yes, John.
That's not what I'm trying to say.
All right, tell me what you're trying to say that my type is.
You like pale, petite, like fucking slender white girls.
Why do you gotta call them white, John? Or girls? Okay.
Dude, they all. I'm telling you, like, that's your type, man. You like petite, slender white girls.
Yeah, and I want to give them sun-proof babies. What's the big deal?
It's not a big deal. I just nailed it, and you're not giving me credit.
It's pretty obvious, John. You just have to look at my track record. Beautiful, pale.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, dude.
Pale, non-fertile women. What'd you say?
No, pale, petite, slender white girls.
Petite, slender white girls. I'm gonna use that as my search tonight.
I'm telling you, I feel like that's a pretty PC way to put it.
That's a good one. I mean, for sure. I'm into that.
Yeah, that's what you like.
You could also just say Eastern European.
It doesn't matter where they're from.
It does if you want that.
You want Eastern European?
That's what that.
What country do you want in Eastern Europe?
The only country I care about is America, the greatest country.
Can you name any country in Eastern Europe?
No.
That's not a country.
Novakistan? I'll get it eventually.
You can't name one country in Eastern Europe?
Yeah, our first lady, Slovakia.
Slovakia, yeah, that's Eastern Europe.
There you go.
That's like the western half of Eastern Europe.
Nice.
Can you?
What, the Ukraine's over there, huh?
Yeah, Ukraine, that's
Yeah.
definitely one.
Yeah. What else we got?
All the
Czech, like the what is that? Is it Czech
Czech
Republic now?
Czech Republic would be Western Europe.
That's still Western.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like Eastern Europe would be like Latvia, Lithuania,
Okay.
Estonia, Slovakia, Kazakhstan, Afghanistan is like that's the Middle East, but like.
What about Herzegovina?
Herzegovina, Bosnia, Herzegovina is
No, Bosnia and Herzegovina are separate. Herzegovina,
but they're right next to
Bosnia
each
is
other.
another. Yeah, but they used to be one, and you were saying it as one. I just admit your words, all right.
Okay, well, I didn't know they were separate.
You know, you guys ever been with the Bosnian?
I've been with Elvis Mujic. He's Bosnian.
You've been with him, like,
Nah, I just really been next to him talking to him.
No, I want to hear that story.
yeah.
He's I see him in the comedy scene, you know.
Tell us more, John.
He's Bosnian, that's all I know.
Mujic.
Elvis Mujic.
I've never been with a Bosnian. No.
He's been to the west side, or he's been, yeah, he's been to
Elvis is too.
Why are you busting my balls?
Came out about how you've been with him.
That's what I mean. I know how it sounded. I know how it sounded. I'm not gonna play it dumb. I know how it sounded.
Play a little dumb. Just a little dumb job, please.
Does that amuse you?
No, it makes me sad.
When I play dumb?
Mm-hmm.
You should make me play dumb a lot. You having fun down there?
No.
What are you doing, man? An hour and a half in. Who's listening now?
So, what was it? I don't remember the guy's name. I'm gonna feel like an asshole now. But
Elvis?
no, the guy from Coast to Coast passed away recently as well.
Coast to Coast.
Yeah, the radio show.
What's that?
I believe his name is Art Bell.
Art Bell, yeah.
Who's that?
You don't know who Art Bell is?
No.
Are you
Coast
serious?
to Coast, like, I mean, Art's gonna be able to explain who he is better than I. He's a radio.
Art's not very Art.
He's a radio host, and he has been for fucking decades. Who hosted a show called Coast to Coast, which was all about UFOs and crops. Like he's a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, like no. He was someone that was good at interviewing, and he'd let people talk. Seriously, that.
I wish we could say that about anybody here.
You're this close, John. This close.
So that was his whole thing. Like he wasn't initially into conspiracy theory. Like he wasn't, or initially into.
No, of course he liked that all and stuff.
Yeah.
He never really would like tell someone they're wrong. You know, he would just let them talk. Like a lot of, if you ever listen to Coast, a lot of George Norrie took over for a little bit when Art Bell got, later in his years, and George Norrie took over and kind of did the same style. And basically, it's people call in, and sometimes the people calling in aren't necessarily sane people, but who's to say they're not? Their stories sound a little outrageous, and what Art Bell did was listen to them and let them tell their outrageous story, and he didn't scrutinize them. It's pretty much how John wants to be treated. The only person that would have done that to him. That's what.
I just remember the first time that I heard him. I was in Cleveland. We were staying at this guy's house, and I can't remember. It must have been like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And he goes upstairs and puts on Coast to Coast at like full fucking blast through the entire house.
It sounds like my generation's Love Line.
He just walks up and
I love Love Line.
I love Love Line. I listen to Love Line a lot.
Alright, can I tell you guys how Los Angeles I am growing up? Love Line was like down the street from my house. Like at midnight, me and my friends would skateboard down there, and we'd meet the guests that were coming out there. Because Dr. Drew would always smoke cigarettes.
No.
So he'd always be out there.
Shit.
Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew was smoking cigarettes?
Yeah. I don't know if he smokes now, but he used to. And we used to go down there, like, it would be, like, that radio station was just right there.
Dude, that's like finding out that fucking.
Actually, you guys want to know this? You know where the Culver Hotel is now?
No.
Yeah, the radio station was right there.
At the Cobra Hotel?
Well, that
Where's-
place was
where's that?
remodeled, but the Culver Hotel is still there.
Where's that? It's a Coba Hotel.
Culver City Hotel.
Yeah, it's downtown Culver City, so it's like Washington
Maine?
and
If you don't know, you don't know. Don't worry about it.
Mac.
Don't ever show up there.
Groceries.
No, I'm just kidding.
Don't ever, yeah.
Don't ever show up there unless you're a ghost. Whatever that means. No, but,
I'll show up there even without ghosts.
Teresa Westbrook works there.
Is that right? Oh, that's where she works?
Shout out to Teresa Westbrook.
There you go. Teresa!
You make everything gross, John.
That's a rest in peace gesture.
Yeah, she's alive, dude. But
That's what I mean. That's why I was like, what the fuck am I doing? She's alive.
she's alive, man. You know who else is
Alive and well.
You know who
we
is
know
alive?
Barbara Bush.
You got it right.
Yeah. Dude, I was like,
1925.
I went to this cafe earlier before my shift today, and to get some breakfast, and I was watching the news on the TV, and
What'd you get for breakfast?
dude,
How breakfast was it?
it was. Have you ever had a loco moco? Do you know what that is?
What's a Loco Moco?
That's spam with rice and gravy.
Rice, gravy, eggs of your style, and then your choice of a meat. And there's like scallions and shit on top. So it's a Hawaiian dish, I guess. So I did it not with spam. I did it with chashu, which is basically, to me, it feels like it's like
Sounds Japanese.
it's like General Tso's pork for Hawaiians.
Well, that sounds good. You mean spam?
It's not spam, dude.
Okay. Alright, so that's it. Alright, so you were saying, you were watching the TV.
Yeah, and Barbara Bush.
Yeah.
Barbara Bush passed, and the coverage on it, which was like local LA news, was like the coverage was like this, like I can't remember if it was UCLA or some LA high school or something. Like some LA professor is like Barbara Bush, a racist bitch, just passed away, and it's full front. Like it's on the news. It's like that's the feature.
They called it a racist bitch.
And like other comments, like basically people were shitting on Barbara Bush for being George H.W. Bush's wife and like being a representation of like Texas fucking white privilege racism and not giving her one day of respect. Like that was the story. It's like, is this controversial? People are shitting on Barbara Bush and she just passed away and she was the first lady.
I mean,
Should we give her more respect? That's the story.
Yeah, there's been a lot of respectful stories about her. I mean, I'm sure she's done some pretty fucking shitty things in her life.
Well,
You know, I mean, everyone has. So
I'm not saying she's one way or another. I'm just like, on the LA news, like the local news. It's not CNN.
Gotta
It's
get those ratings.
the local news.
There was no police chases. You know, it's been a while since there's been a fucking police chase to air. So
Dude, there's police chases every night on the local news. Every night. And during the day. There was a child abduction on the local news for the Inland Empire today. I have no idea that shit's ever happening. But when I go to this fucking cafe, there's just a bunch of locals, and they're watching the local news, eating their Loco Mocos, like, that's what's on the fucking... I don't ever pay attention to the local news, but in LA, which you're from, there's everything is happening on a daily basis. Everything.
well, one of the things
I always thought that's just how the rest of the world was.
It's not, dude.
I
That's
slow
weird.
it down and I go, oh, look how smart I am.
Dude, you went to Carson. That's not even that small.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
To me, it was slow tank.
what was the population of Carson?
4,000. I don't know. Let's take that.
4,000?
No, I'm just kidding. That's wrong.
Well, one of the things that blew my mind when I
What's
was
the
here,
population of Carson City, Nevada in 2006?
It's at least 100,000.
that's like the town I grew up in.
55,000.
50,000. That's tiny, man.
That's not counting the outside area.
But I'm just saying, like, the 55,000 was what Carson City was in 2006 when I moved there.
Bloomington,
Which is
Minnesota was fucking 84,000. But
you know what the population of Culver City is?
Deceptive.
What's the population of Culver City, California?
A lot of people live in Culver City.
39,364. Yeah,
that's tiny.
But that's Culver City proper.
Yeah.
That's the sense.
Yeah.
If you live in Palms or you live in like,
doesn't count.
yeah, like that's like when people say I live in Inglewood, whether they actually live in Inglewood or not, or like Pasadena, it could be South Pasadena. Like LA is completely huge. It's ambiguous where you live based off of what your address is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was one of the things, because when I moved here from Vancouver, and I was living up there for 8 years, and in Canada, there's 30 million people. I mean, there's, in the entire fucking country.
But most of it is uninhabitable.
Yeah, most of it is, but it's like, that was like a weird thing to move, or like, to wrap my mind around when I...
Wait,
how
many people? 39,000?
30 million. And there's, in all of Canada, and there's about 30 million people in LA. Like,
how many people are in Alaska? Because that's basically like
12 teams.
Alaska should be Canada, but for some reason it's not.
Yeah, we got to keep an eye on the Russians.
Yeah. Somehow America has Alaska, or the United States, I should say.
Be like, hey, just so you know, we can hit you from both sides. Fuck off.
Holy shit! Alaska has 739,000 people in your face, Davenport.
That's a lot.
Why is it in my? But what you talking about? I just said how many people are in Alaska. So that should be. I know. So that's the difference between 30 and 31 million people, I guess, basically.
Yeah.
Which isn't as much of a difference as I thought it would be. I guess like most of Canada is like Montreal. Quebec,
Toronto, Vancouver,
Say it in American.
What?
Quebec,
sorry.
Say it in American.
It's a French-speaking place.
No, they speak Quebecois, like it's not even real French. It's like bastard French.
Canadian.
Yeah, it's bastard French.
Alright. We're bastard English.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, we're not.
No, we speak American here.
Yeah,
that's what bastard English is.
No, it's not. It's a better form of English.
Yeah, they put fucking U's in color and shit like
what
that.
What it is Oedipus English.
Useless letters.
Best form, John.
Useless letters add the U to a fucking color.
Fucking best.
Dude, I am a big fan of the English. I'm a big fan of a lot of accents, but the English accent, especially the Cockney accent, is fucking. It's a fun accent to listen to. No?
Sure. I mean, I guess if your idea of fun is listening to accents.
Is that weird?
I guess
you're an asshole. I like accents.
You like my asshole accent?
Yeah. Pretty funny.
I like that.
Yeah. I like voices and accents. Call me a fucking dick, whatever. I'm not ashamed of that. Fuck you, dude. Don't shame my hobbies.
Well, it's a hobby now.
Find a hobby that before you liked it.
Dude,
It's a hobby.
I can resist, but just for accents, not languages.
Yeah, he's in there giggling. Oh, this is so fun.
Apples and jazz. I think it's actually apples and pears. It's
actually that brings us to our next sponsor.
Cockney rhyming slang.
You got the board over there.
Yeah, where's our
that album board right there behind the guitar.
Yeah.
This night's
a long way to go.
brought to you by the Mouth Shermans.
The Mouth?
The Mouth Shermans are a great a band of musicians that have you have to put it up to the camera, but let them read that. You know that close. Each album has its own specific title.
Check them out.
Mouth Sherman.
There's some great hits on there, like
it's gotta be made up, right?
Let me give you some great hits. Some of the greatest hits on there are "Smile on Command." Who could forget "Take Us Dancing"? Everyone loves "Tears of Men." And my personal favorite, and I think the nation's biggest hit, Apples and Wine. Now, if you guys ever get the chance, please check out the Mount Sherman's.
The lowest punches radio I've ever seen. You have Scotch tape over a CD that says produced by Sir George Clooney. It's on cardboard on a fucking pre-made label. Dude, that is, you gotta try a little harder than that.
You're shitting on sponsors like that.
I've gotten shit on since I got
I
here.
hope the Mount Sherman's kick your ass.
I would be sure adult time people should not look for this band.
Shit on our sponsors.
Yeah.
They keep us going.
Yeah, our sponsors, the Mount Shermans are fucking talented instrument players. Okay? You show them fucking respect.
Dude, when you make jokes like that, it's so true to character. It makes me think they're real bands.
You think they don't?
Look how many CDs they have.
There's 4
different songs right there.
You think people can just make CDs, John?
They just had 5 singles, 5
You think
total.
George Clooney just made CDs for fun? Puts his name out?
He just gives his name out for anything?
Yeah. Well, fuck you. The Mount Shermans. The Cheer Bell Tag brought to you by the Mount Shermans, and fuck you to John for doubting their nobility. Sir, George Clooney would be insulted and appalled if you ever fucking heard the kind of crazy shit you're dropping here, John.
Let's hope he's not watching. Let's hope he's not watching right now.
This reminds me of that great movie, Robin Hood Men in Tights.
That's a
Yeah.
great
When
movie. Yeah.
fucking King Richard comes back and realizes his shitty brother was like being an asshole, and he's like, from this point on, all the lords of the kingdom shall be known as John.
Dude, you literally mentioned that on the last podcast.
Good. And keep it going, Cooter.
Last
Last time too.
That was clever. Yeah, good job, Art.
I feel like I'm just being mean to John now.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Well, I feel like we did a long and beautiful, hearty podcast. This is our first live one ever. Look at that. All these people are going to see that for I don't know how long.
As long as YouTube's around, at least.
I don't think anyone's brave enough to make it to this point. If they are, why don't you go ahead and email the podcast and email them the letters 031 and then capital G. 031 capital G. And
To Eric at Mature Adult Time.
Yeah, send that there, and we're going to send you something beautiful. It's going to be one of a kind, badass, and thank you for tolerating it. This has been a Samurai Appreciation episode. Like, we took warriors out here. John came out. We didn't even prep him for this.
No.
He just came out here and winged it.
And we made him bring us beer too, so thank you for that.
We appreciate it. Like, this was super fucking cool.
And you fucking shat on me the whole time.
Well, you walked in with fucking ranch Fritos. I mean, that kind of
You're like Prometheus complaining about the fire that he stole. Anyways, watch our fucking Greek myth series coming out soon.
And check out these guys' shows.
Yeah, check out John Davenport as the homegrown.
Homegrown Comedy, Saturday night, 11:30 p.m. at the Westside Comedy Theater. Come with viewer discretion advised tomorrow night at 11:30 as well, I believe, right?
Yep.
And just make sure to avoid Phoenix altogether. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.